Hello everyone, today is going to be my second lesson in my How to Play Piano or Keyboard series. Now, if you haven't seen the first lesson, I'll put two annotation links right on the screen. Now, the How to Play Piano annotation will teach you guys how to play notes on an 88 key keyboard or a regular grand piano. Now, the How to Play Keyboard video will teach you guys how to play notes on a 61 key keyboard. So just pick the one of the kind of keyboard or piano you have, and those will teach you the notes. Now, if you've already seen those videos, this video will help you out. Now, it doesn't matter if you have a 61 key keyboard or a piano, this video will work for either one of those. So there's not going to be separate videos anymore, they're all just going to be working towards the same thing. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play chords on a piano. Now, chords are basically just three notes put together. That is just a basic chord. It's just any three notes put together makes up a chord. Now, I'm not going to be teaching you the very difficult chords that throw in a bunch of random things. I'm just going to be teaching you guys some straightforward chords. And in this lesson, all I'm going to be doing is showing you chords that only use the white keys. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you today. We're not going to throw in any black key chords because it can be a little bit difficult to get these chords down and actually play them and to move to them. So if you learn all the white key chords and you're able to move with them and to them, it's going to make it a lot easier to do that with black keys. So I've been taking a lot of time to talk. I'm very sorry about that. Now we're just going to dig right into playing chords on the piano. So the first chord I'm going to teach you is a C chord. Now, if you remember your notes, you'll know that a C is right here. It's right next to these two black keys, right before both of them. And that is a C. So you already have one note figured out to the chord. So if you know all of the notes on the piano, like an F, there's a chord to that. You already know one note because this is basically the root note to the chord. So you're going to be starting off to play a C chord with, of course, this C right here. Then, to fill this C chord with two other notes, you're going to move up two keys and you're going to play your E note. Of course, with this C note at the same time. And then, to fill this chord completely, you're going to move up another key and add the G note. So the C chord is based up of C, E, and G. And that is the C chord on the piano. Okay, now to make this easy, all we're going to do is we are going to move these three notes that we have here. We're going to move every single finger up a key. So we're going to move to the C to a D, the E to an F, and the G to an A. And D, F, and then A makes up the D minor chord. Now this can be a little bit confusing because I'm not teaching the D chord yet. What is the problem with the D chord is it throws in a black key note, and I want to save that for another lesson so you guys can just get used to playing just regular chords with the white keys. So I'm not teaching you, this is not the regular D chord, it's not D major, it is a D minor chord. And it's made of D, F, and then A. So if you've been realizing the pattern here, you can probably see that the next chord is also just going to move these three keys up one key, and that's going to make another chord. So if you take the D minor and you move up all the keys, what you're going to do is you're going to get an E minor chord. So move the D up to an E, move the F up to a G, and move the A up to a B, and you get another minor chord, which is the E minor. And yet again, this is not a regular E chord, it's the E minor chord. So the easy kind of thing to think of is just look at the first note you're playing to realize the name of the chord. This is a E note right here, so that means the chord I'm playing is going to be an E somewhat type of chord. In this case, it's an E minor. So we're going to make this easy again, and all we're going to do is we're going to move up each finger to the next key. So the E is going to go up to an F, the G is going to go up to an A, and the B is going to go up to a C. And you're going to get a regular F chord. So this is the F major chord. There's no minor in this chord. It's just F major. And that is consistent of F, A, and C. So I've taught you 4 chords so far. The C chord, the D minor chord, the E minor chord, and the F chord. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this very easy again, and all we're going to do is we're going to move each finger up one key, one note, I mean. And that is going to be G, B, and then D. So we're going to move everything from F up one note, and now we have a G chord. And a G chord is made up of a G note, a B note, and a D note. Now for this lesson, I'm only going to be teaching you one more chord. And just like all the other chords, all you're going to do is you're going to move your fingers up one more key. So now you're going to be on A, C, and E. As you can tell, the root note's an A, and this is an A minor chord. So here's another minor chord for you, the A minor. Okay, so those are all the chords I'm going to be teaching you today. Now I'm just going to be going over all the chords again so you can understand where they are and what their names are. So we're going to be starting over with the C key right here and the C chord. And also what makes these chords easy is if you get the root note, all you need to do is go up 2 keys and go up another 2 keys, and there's your chord. So, going to be starting off with a C chord. Then if you move all your fingers up, it's going to be a D minor. And if you do it again, it's going to be an E minor. Another time, it's going to be F. And then move them up again, and it's going to be G. And then it's finally going to end with an A minor. Well, really all you need to do now is just go over these chords. Keep going them over, and also say the notes out loud that build up the chord. So for the C chord, just say out loud C, E, and G. And that's going to help you remember the chords. Now the reason why you're going to want to know all the names of the notes that build up the chord is because if you're in a song, let's say the song plays C, F, and then G. Those are the chords that build up the song. So you're playing a C, then you gotta bump up all the way to an F, then bump all the way up to a G, and then you gotta bump down to the C. Now that's very difficult to play. And the good part about chords is that they can be played in really any different way. Now today I just taught you the straightforward chord with the root note being the first note. But in reality, you can play any of these chords in any different fashion as long as those 3 notes are together in the chord. So let's say we're playing that song in C, F, and then G again. Well, we're going to keep the C the same, but now what we're going to do is we don't want to jump all the way up to this F. Well, if you notice in the F, there's a C note in the F. Well, there's also a C note down here. So really, all you need to do to go from a C to an F is, instead of playing the C up here, play the C down here. As you can tell, it's the same chord. So it's very easy to take all of these chords and then move them about on the keyboard so it's easier to play the song, because it's very difficult to fly down and to go up and down chords. It's much easier just to get them in kind of a flowing pattern. It's much easier to do that. So just play the regular straightforward chord like a C or an F or a G, and just say the notes out loud, because all of these notes are on the keyboard again. So you don't ever have to play the chord just the straightforward way. You're going to want to learn where you can play the chord wherever it is on the keyboard to make playing songs much easier. Okay, so that was my first lesson in chords on the piano. Now, if you did like this lesson, please subscribe to my videos. I have many more videos like this on the way. Also, if you could please check me out on Facebook. I have a lot of exclusive content over there. Also, a lot of exclusive content on Twitter. I'm also on Google Plus, trying to get that thing started. So if you could follow me on there, that would help me out a lot. Also, if you could check out my website and my iTunes, my album on iTunes, that would be great. And if you could please rate and comment on this video, just give it a thumbs up if you really liked it. Also, please tell me what you think and tell me how I can make these videos better. That would be great. So thanks for watching. I have many more videos like this on the way. Thanks.